Today, Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings comes out in theaters internationally. So I have decided that I would do a video on the history of cancelled live-action Shang Chi projects. There were two cancelled projects before the 2021 film, and today we'll look at them. The first attempt at a Shang Chi project happened in the 1980s, when Stan Lee really wanted to make a TV series based on the character. The former Marvel Productions CEO, President Margaret Loesch, revealed the details about the series in an interview with Inverse. When asked if she recalled if Stan Lee ever tried to make anything out of Shang-Chi, Loesch confirms that he did. I'll tell you the only reason I remember that comic is because I wasn't very familiar with it. Stan introduced me to Linda, the widow of the great Bruce Lee, and Brandon Lee, his son. They came to our Marvel offices. Stan had great hope for Brandon. He thought Brandon would be a future star. They talked about the kinds of comics that Stan had done, and he mentioned that comic. Stan had great belief that those movies and TV shows based on those types of characters could be very popular. I can't remember what happened. I think maybe we felt out the networks and they weren't interested because of the violence. But that's how I recall the property, because I had not been familiar with it until then. And that's all we know about the 80s Shang-Chi TV series. It didn't go into development, it was just an idea that Stan Lee had and talked about with Brandon Lee. The next and last cancelled Shang-Chi project was the cancelled 2000s Shang-Chi movie. So in 2001, Ghost Rider director Stephen Norrington announced that he had agreed to direct a film based on the hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Norrington described the film as a real honest-to-goodness martial arts film, rather than a film that simply has martial arts in it. So something a la Enter the Dragon or The Last Airbender. But eventually, Norrington stepped down from production because he quietly retired after making 20th Century Fox's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and headaches he had during that production. This is what I found on it. While doing research for Norrington's Shang-Chi, I found an article from Ain't It Cool from 2001 talking about the movie, and it's so interesting. You know, Harry here, and right now I'm pretty darn jazzed. Right now there is a deal that has apparently gone through between Avi Arad, Chris Lee and Stephen Norrington for him to direct Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. That's right, the hands of Shang-Chi. The most badass kung fu comic that my American ass has ever had the privilege to read every issue of. Right now I'm not clear who's writing the script, but it is allegedly the post-Ghost Rider film project for Stephen Norrington, who will be soon finding himself as one of the directors that fanboys and girls like me and you go gaga over. After Norrington left, DreamWorks took over the project and they hired Yuan Wu-ping to direct, who was a choreographer on The Matrix. Also, Ang Lee, the director of the 2003 Hulk movie, joined the productions in 2004 and became a producer. But they didn't start production at all. Eventually, the rights to the character of Shang-Chi reverted back to Marvel, and in 2018, Marvel was finally developing a Shang-Chi movie that is now in theaters. Hope you liked this brief history lesson. Honestly, it was so fascinating to me to find out that they've been playing Shang-Chi since the 80s. Honestly, I wish they wrote a script for the 2003 Shang-Chi so I could go over it. That'd be just interesting. But anyways, Thanks for watching, and this has been Yagos, signing off.